This is the Fortean Slip with your host, Chris York.
But he can smell the Loveland Frogman.
It's a Mothman festival.
Oh, Mothman, whatever the fuck it is, I don't give a shit.
Co-host, Steve Alcorn.
I'm lazy, and I don't do YouTube videos anymore, but I still get money from YouTube on occasion.
And sometimes special guest, Matt Knapp.
Maybe I could go down in history as the first eyewitness of a moth woman.
I think you should endeavor to do that.
Taking down all things strange since 2013.
But my reservation.
What would Jesus do, Steve? What would Jesus do?
In Chris's world, that's called a good day, Steve.
Oh, Steve, you're a damn fine investigator.
I don't know much about that subject. But what subject do I know about?
Which means he can hear it on a quiet day. That's kind of like one of your cryptid sightings, Steve. Asshole lives matter, Steve. What's the Mothman's name?
Actual name?
Fred Dryer.
That's not the Mothman's name.
Dude, you would be hard-pressed to get me to attend a Bigfoot conference if it was like a block away from me.
I was gonna say if it was in Tulsa.
Wolfman Jack was on there.
I'm the Wolfman.
Another astro.
Every time I do any sort of impression, he has to trump me.
You're about to witness the strength of creep knowledge. Good evening, and welcome to the Fortean Slip. This is episode 113. This is the Please Stand By, We're Having Technical Difficulties episode. Because for some reason, all of a sudden, my computer wants to regulate my microphone again, and it keeps dropping my levels down, so I don't know how I'm going to sound on this show. It should be fun.
You'll sound just fine.
But yeah, until I'm listening to it afterwards and I go, oh, that sucks.
You're too hard on yourself, Chris.
He's really not.
I actually...
What? Who was that?
Wow.
You haven't been introduced yet.
That doesn't sound like Matt Knapp. who, by the way, was supposed to do the show tonight, and, yeah, didn't make it. So, we brought in Richard Allen for your listening enjoyment. For, like, it's butter for your ears, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't be surprised if your panties turn into a moist towelette.
You did not introduce him properly.
Oh, Sir Richard Allen, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Does that include the men too? Will the men get moist panties?
They will indeed, Chris. I have that effect on everyone. Cunt.
I was initially I was going to title this the Now You're Messing with a Son of a Bitch episode. We were going to talk about the Dogman yet again. But here's the thing. Like, I wanted Matt on the show for that because of his utter disgust with the Dogman right now. And
I can fill in for Matt.
well, it's not even that. Like, it has to do with the and Richard, you've brought this up before, the sighting report that Matt has relayed on the show, and he's relayed it on the show before, but I just thought it would be good to relay it again.
It's creepy.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that and doing that, and I also thought we ought to touch on the Goatman, since the Goatman's really prevalent. You got the girl who just died on the train trestle above Poplick Creek, where the Poplick monster is supposed to be, and she was actually on the search for the Poplick monster. If that's, I mean, I didn't even realize that was a thing.
I don't know that she was actually on the search. She was doing, general touristy type things.
Right, but
area.
they were going to that area for
Right.
that in particular. And that was in most of every one of the stories, that they had gone there specifically for the Poplick monster.
I believe you.
So, I'm going with that, Steve. And
Public.
for a little backstory on the Poplick monster from the lovely Wikipedia, because we just love Wiki. The legendary part man, part goat. Oh, he's part sheep too. They don't say half, and half though, Richard. Just so you know, for your enjoyment.
It said that legitimately on the wiki page. I
And
had to read it like 5 times.
it says that it's reported to live beneath the trestle, and that's where she passed, over Poplick Creek, and that's in is it Louisville or Louisville? I never know. Anyway, Kentucky. So, and then you've got the Maryland Goatman. Excuse me. Which we recently had the photos that came out. Which, yeah. I don't know what
Which
that.
clearly show a bear with a goat in its mouth.
I don't know what
No.
that is. If that's a
I think it's a
listen,
goat, man.
if that's a bear with a goat in its mouth, like that bear is holding that goat in such a way that the goat looks like the bear looks like it has the head of a goat.
Well, there was a series of pictures. There wasn't just one. I mean, there was two or
Right.
three, and that
So
goat
I
stays
would go.
in that
I would
position.
go with more of dude in a suit than bear with a goat in its mouth.
If it was a suit, it was a pretty impressive suit. I mean, it wasn't your off the rack Sasquatch costume or something. I mean, it was a pretty nice one.
Well, people got to get creative now, Steve.
Well, of course they do.
It's a Sasquatch, Steve.
I don't even know who that was supposed to be, but it was funny.
No,
I-
Stacey Brown Jr.
Oh, please don't get me started. No repercussions from that show, Chris. I don't understand it. I sure as hell thought there would be.
What
But
show?
anyway, yeah, that's exactly what show.
No. I'm being serious. Which show are we talking about?
The last time that name was mentioned on our show, I kind of made some statements. Yeah.
What, Mr. I'm all paranormal and cool and I'm doing this now? I'm over here now.
Did you hear about what happened with Johnson's habituation conference? He forgot to go.
What?
Whoa. Say this again?
You know that Johnson had his habituation conference.
You're
2 weeks
talking Dr. Matthew Johnson of Oregon, correct?
I'm talking about Johnson, yeah. And Stacey Brown Jr. was supposed to be one of the big name speakers. And Stacey Brown forgot to go and then picked a fight with Johnson like it was his fault.
That's hilarious.
Wait, isn't he the same gentleman who allegedly, now I'm going to say allegedly because I'm only hearing this secondhand knowledge, got another speaker removed from the conference?
Well, yeah, he got Richter removed. He threw a little hissy fit and said, if you invite Richter, I'm not coming. And got Richter kicked off.
Huh. That's hilarious. Well, in Stacy's defense, he sells out every conference he goes to, and just his name being on the billing, I'm sure, sold that conference out and did well for Dr. Johnson anyhow. So
Did it?
Yep.
I don't know.
Does he?
I'm sorry,
He
Richard.
sells-
I called him a doctor.
No.
but-
Wait. No. I want you to back up for a fucking second. He sells out everywhere he goes, yet he couldn't sell his own fucking Skunk Ape conference, so he had to cancel it.
Well, I'm sure there was extenuating circumstances there. I'm sure it wasn't because it wasn't sold out.
Oh.
It was totally sold out. It was so sold out that he had advance tickets for next year's.
See?
But because of reasons, he had to cancel the whole thing.
Yeah. That's all it is. And hey, I'm sure, anybody who did forward cash got that back and stuff.
No, I firmly believe that he could not, or whoever puts it all together, the whole shebang, that they couldn't put it. They couldn't sell enough tickets or whatnot, and it just fucking fell through. Because how many times did they had that fucking conference before?
I don't know.
Just once?
Yeah. That's the only time I can remember it, because Fasano was all buzzed about it.
And now, have you guys seen the Fasano and fucking Dyer video?
Yeah, I blogged about it earlier.
Rick Dyer and Tim Fasano have hooked up, huh?
As I said in my blog, I'm not sure which one of those two loses more credibility in that team up.
I don't think either one of them do.
I want to see them go on the search for the Goatman. Please, could you two walk above the trestle? I mean, walk the trestle.
Oh, I'm very much in favor of this team up. If two people ever deserved a TV show together, it's those two.
You know what? It would be entertaining. I have to.
It would be entertaining as fuck.
So, and I'd watch it.
It'd be better than a drooling redneck moron pulling out an alligator arm and just embarrassing himself.
I wouldn't even care if it was about Bigfoot. It could be about anything. If you put Rick Dyer and Tim Fasano on the same TV show, I would watch it.
It could be about governing dynamics or agricultural, and I would watch it.
How about like a version of Taxi Cab Confessions? That would be great.
I put a stuffed Bigfoot doll in a tub and I took it on tour.
This is a Dogman show, by the way.
All right, let's get back on topic then.
Well, it was your fault, Richard.
No,
you
seriously, no. I'm fine with going off the rails with this motherfucker, because A, I don't know where my audio is going to be at, and B,
Fuck Stacey Brown Jr.
Well, no.
Oh God.
I just, it's just typical of, and I'm gonna say it, the entire Bigfoot community is just fucking off the rails. So it's not just Stacy or Tim Fasano or Rick Dyer. It's all of us, and I'm including myself in that. So fuck them all.
Fuck everybody.
Well, yeah, because look at it. Just take a look at the fucking community, and that goes for other communities as well. But since we're most familiar with that one, it's just it's just a fucked up mess.
If you want a cheap laugh, though, head over to the UFO community. Those guys are messed up in the head.
Oh, you did the most that I've found so far. Bigfoot and UFO communities are pretty, some crazy individuals, right? But the flat earthers are the fucking worst so far that I've found.
Flat earthers,
and you still haven't done your experiment.
Well, because I haven't had a good day to do it yet.
There's a wildfire going on over there. You should be able to see the smoke.
Well, that's in like Alberta. That's that's.
It doesn't matter. The Earth is flat. You should be able to see it.
You're right. I should actually be able to see you, Richard.
Yeah, I'm waving. Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
There we go. Flat Earth confirmed. Moving on.
How hard was that?
Wow.
We just nailed it. Chris Day, you were right about everything.
You and rapper B.O.B. and Chris Day.
We got it.
But those are the craziest motherfuckers. Those guys can't agree with each other. I mean, and it's worse than the Bigfoot and the UFO stuff. There is not a point of agreement with any of them. They all disagree, and they're. I mean, it's bordering on. Well, I don't even think it's bordering on it. It's slanderous to each other, and it's just horrible shit. But it's fun to watch.
Slander's fun.
It is. Well, slander is, a relative term, I suppose. It's opinion. Let's put it that way. You can get away with a lot of things saying it's opinion, right?
Well, our show is all opinion, as far
every bit of it.
We don't. Everything on here, for the most part, is alleged, unless like we come right out and say that this is exactly the way it happened. And most times I'm not going to say that unless it's a story I know for myself. So, I mean, I say
Entertainment.
I
We'll
say
call
that
it
it's,
entertainment.
well, yeah, but this show is entertainment, but there's a lot of truth here.
Oh yeah, that's what we're based on. We do it in a different way than most people do, but we try to get to the bottom of shit,
And call people cunts.
and that's what Richard does.
That's what you
Calls
do.
people's cunts. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you can do all that and call someone a cunt, then that's all you need from life.
Yeah. I can't argue with that logic.
That,
This-
oxygen, and some food, and everything's all
Well,
good,
yeah.
right, Richard? The key to good health.
Stay hatred.
The key to good health. Make sure you eat an apple a day, get some fresh air, and call somebody a cunt.
I think that's probably the anybody who's had a long life has probably called somebody that in their lifetime. So maybe that is the key. Maybe that is the way to go. I'm going to start.
Yeah. Just exercise your demons, Steve.
I cannot. I mean, I did say the word, but I can't. I have a hard time bringing myself say that word. I just can't do it.
Get past the cunt barrier. Travel faster than the speed of cunt.
I just can't do it.
I think we're going to
because
break the record for the amount of times that cunt has been said on this program.
I don't recall it being said prior to tonight, actually.
Oh,
If it had,
actually, wait a minute. I think I had to cut it out once because somebody made a reference to somebody like
to a
by
certain
name.
person. Yes. We probably wouldn't want that. I mean,
well, that was just downright horrid.
but it was true.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think we very rarely edit the show, but
No,
that
the
was
only
a
time I have
extenuating
there have
circumstance.
been a couple of times that I've edited the show. Once was when that was said, and everybody was worried about me saying something that night. Like everybody was like,
Yeah, I
"Oh
remember.
shit! Oh god, Chris is gonna fucking blow it," and it wasn't even me.
It wasn't me either.
Anyone who wants to use logic and the powers of deduction,
Was it Matt?
no.
No.
Way to go, Sherlock Holmes.
Well, I did once walk past Baker Street. So
There is a new TV show out.
Well, there's always
called-
that.
There's a new TV show out. I think it's
You'll
on the
always
BBC.
have
Actually,
Baker
Richard.
Street.
Anyway, I think it's called Sherlock. Have you seen it yet?
are you talking about the one with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Maybe.
That's been out for like years.
Oh, has it really? Well,
Yeah.
It's new to me. Let's put it that way. My girlfriend watches it a lot on.
How did you even find out about it? Was it on like the back of a spam can or something?
We subscribe to Netflix, and we also subscribe to Hulu, and we are now current subscribers to Acorn. I've never heard of it before, but there's a lot of British stuff on there, and that's what we watch. So
Sherlock's awesome. There's only like 7 in another season.
I don't
But
like it.
What?
I don't care for it.
What kind of just irrational... Oh, I can't even
What kind
deal
of
with
piece
you
of
right
shit are you, Steve?
Well, the thing is, it's been
dare
done.
you? Are you a
hundreds of
communist?
times. They put Sherlock Holmes in current times, basically. And
Are you gonna fucking join the Socialist Party and Bernie Sanders?
No, I think I'm going to be a Trotskyite Marxist, actually.
Wow, it's a
No,
bold-
Dialectical
it's a bold fucking
materialism.
statement.
That's my, my CIA cover is what that is. But you didn't hear it here.
Your CIA cover is a fucking blankie.
That's been chewed on the
You
edges.
see, some people out there will get the reference and figure it out, You guys always do that shit to me, so I'm going to just leave that one hang there. And, somebody will put it down in the comments what I'm referring to and figure it out.
Frank Smith, get on that shit.
Frank Smith's he's a loyal fan.
Man,
He
we
is.
got to have one. Well, besides Richard.
Well, we had to.
I'm not.
We had to replace Jim Payne.
Yes.
May he rest in peace.
I mean, that's
We
the
don't
only.
even know what happened to the guy, and Richard's like, "Yeah, he's gone."
Well, that's the only logical explanation.
He's dead to me for turning his back on the show.
Maybe he just decided I spend too much time watching fucking YouTube or something. I don't know. Like, yeah.
What do you mean? He got a life.
Well, maybe.
It's possible.
Maybe the Men in Black got to him. He was getting too close to the truth.
Those bastards.
Trust no one, Steve.
Always assume everyone's plotting against you.
Because I am.
Oh, I know you are.
Chris has a "I will make Steve take mushrooms" t-shirt.
It's not going to work. But
Listen, I want Alcorn to have a psychedelic experience more than I want to breathe.
does
Chris-
I did a
Chris-
whip it once. Does that count?
No.
Only two things scare me, and one of them is Steve having a psychedelic experience.
It was an accidental whip it. I wasn't doing it on purpose.
No one cares.
Listen, I think
we didn't want to.
I'm scared of the whole idea of Steve having a psychedelic experience because here's the thing. Okay, psychedelic experiences are very introspective. They make you look at yourself and they make you look at things in a very different way. And I think Steve, post psychedelic experience, may not be the same Steve we know now.
I like the way I am now.
Right, and I
don't want a psychedelic.
I kind of do too, kind of, but I'm curious to see.
It would be like
I'm curious to see eyes open Steve.
No.
I'm curious to see that.
It would be like Bizarro Steve. That's not
See,
good.
because I think that I think you're like this, this strange being that can amazingly fucking post videos to YouTube.
No, in all fairness, Chris, not all my videos do well.
No, but you've got some pretty fucking wacky out there fucking view counts on a lot of shit.
They're shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not that good.
Compared to like stuff with like real production.
There's no
and
production.
You just slap it up there and go, "Hey everybody, Steve Alcorn here."
Mm-hmm. And I put my face down. I put my face down in the corner so people could see who I am, and I clear my throat a lot apparently, and
It's his voice, Chris. He has a very trusting, soothing voice.
I've been told that. I've been told that I'm the white Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, no.
Well, whoever said
The
that
white Morgan
needs to
Freeman,
be-
you are not. Gary
Gary Shaw said that. It's got to be true.
Gary Shaw is a moron.
The opinions expressed by Richard Allen, man.
You told me that, no, I'm not. No, just no.
Now we're insulting fans. That's not right.
When haven't we?
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
You guys took the piss out of me from the first day I did a rant. You called me Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog, Steve.
I did not call you Kermit the Frog.
I spent 10 months in therapy.
Have you listened to that first rant, man? The first, like, I'm serious. You could have auditioned for the part of Kermit the Frog in the fucking new movies back a while ago.
I do sound like Kermit.
I think, I spoke with Gary Shaw We all did there a week or so ago, and I couldn't tell the two of you apart. You both sound like Kermit the Frog to me.
Bullshit.
Oh, Steve, that
God
is...
almighty. That was atrocious, man.
But it's
I'm from
true.
the northest part of England, and he's
if you
like
want
way
to
down
really
south.
piss Richard off, just say, listen, don't you take care of kangaroos?
Well, or accuse
So
him of raising weasels.
I just
I'd
want
love
to
to
make
raise
every
weasels.
you're an Australian reference.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't know whether to call it Europe or the UK or Britain, or I have no clue where the fuck you are.
How stupid are you? Europe's like a collection of different countries.
Well, yeah, but it'd be like North America, which we have, Canada and the United States, and whatever
Right.
else falls in there. So
Okay,
Europe is kind of like that, but like on the other side of the world and stuff.
So let me educate you, okay? The United Kingdom is Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and England.
Okay,
England's England,
right.
and Europe is... I don't even know how many countries are
It's a
in
shit
Europe.
ton of countries, Steve.
A lot of them.
It's a lot.
And they have
Italy,
the
Germany,
like-
Belgium, Slovakia,
France,
Lithuania,
Spain,
France, Spain,
Italy,
Portugal,
Okay.
Greece.
Argentina,
I'm getting-
the Netherlands.
I'm getting a geography lesson. I like it. I'll forget it, like tomorrow. But
Yeah, you'll just go
You'll fucking post a video about it and it'll get fucking 100,000 views. You fuck.
I'm thinking about doing a series of videos.
Steve
But I
Alcorn
haven't.
talks about fucking the geography of Europe.
goes
Hey,
viral.
everybody, Steve Alcorn here. I didn't know
I know.
what the fuck Europe was.
I'm going to debunk Europe. That's what I'm going to do.
So I sat down with a British guy who laid it all out for me, and
And then I
Europe,
realized
the
it was all a
breakdown.
flat Earth.
Well, no, seriously. And I think a lot of, see, of course I knew what Europe was, but a lot of people over here don't understand the difference.
no offense, but a lot of people in your neck of the woods, if you took America off the map, would point at Russia when people said, "Where's your home country?" Be like, "Oh, it must be that big one over there." Never been America's strong point.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, you guys are smart in a lot of ways, but geography. Most Americans think that England is just London.
That's true.
It isn't?
I think you guys all just hang out in
Of course
London,
it's not.
look at Big Ben, fuck with the what are those soldiers that fucking have to stand there and they're not allowed to do anything?
The Royal Guard.
The fucking I think you all just fuck with the Royal Guard all day long.
That's what we do. We take turns being the Royal Guard, holding
Like
holding the only gun England has.
Are you guys allowed to touch them?
No, you're not allowed to touch them. It's assault.
Oh, okay. I kind of figured.
But they're not-
Because I was thinking,
but-
like, it would be really cool if you could take a feather and, like, just kind of, like, run it under somebody's nose.
Well, we have like that here too. Don't they have them posted outside the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier or some bullshit like that?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong fucking guy.
We know more about the Royal Guard than we do about our own fucking. That's funny.
Canadian Mounties do that, don't
We
they?
do
With
that.
the
Eh?
Canadian Embassy,
Let's go get a beer, eh?
a boot.
Yeah, them and their boots.
Do you guys have Dogmen over there?
No, we don't have any kind of
Look, I get it
bipedal,
back on track.
fluffy, large, 9-foot creature. There is nothing like that in this country.
I beg to disagree. I've seen a lot of posts about it on Facebook and stuff.
They've got a pig man.
Steve,
What?
just cease this line of inquiry right now.
Well, you recently interviewed Nick Redfern. What does he think about it?
No, I called him an idiot repeatedly. It wasn't an interview. He kept saying dumb shit like Shadow Bigfoot was jumping out on people. I just called him an idiot repeatedly. That's all I remember from that interview.
Wow.
Huh. See, I got
Now,
a total different story.
Do you think you'll be interviewing him again?
No.
I'm going...
I would rather interview Johnson again.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Like I would love, like, if give me anybody in the cryptozoological field that has any clout that it would be willing to come on this show and take the beating. Take the fucking beating. Like,
we had Steve Calls on.
Steve Calls took it like a fucking champ.
Absolutely.
And as fucking much of a slapstick, corny joke type of guy that he is, which I'm not into, and he wears a lot of tactical gear. Like an overabundance of tactical shit.
He takes it to the extreme.
Yes. But Steve was great.
Good guest.
We have tried to acquire other guests, and
they're too busy.
That has not gone so well.
Because it's just a hobby for most of those other people, I think.
That's right. When you run an entire project to search for Bigfoot, and you tell people it's just a hobby. Yes, I firmly think that's the way you should go. Rather than just tell somebody, hey, I don't want to do your fucking show.
It sounds to me like you're bitter.
Maybe.
I don't know about bitter.
Maybe a little.
I don't know. Is it bitterness or is it just, more of the same bullshit? Why don't you just come out and say, hey, I know I said that kind of, I stressed the wrong part of the word. I get it. But why don't you just come out and say, hey, fuck you. I don't want to do your fucking stupid ass show. Right. Instead, you make up all sorts of excuses.
I'd have respected that person far more had they just said, no, I don't want to do your show. Or, I don't have the time for it, or whatever. Whatever the case may have been, instead of stringing me along. Now, as far as
who are we talking about?
We don't say his name on this program.
No. We have said his name on this program.
I have said his name on this program. I don't fucking. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
Well, and
he may run a project in Washington on the Olympic Peninsula.
Randall's.
No, we didn't say that.
I didn't say that. Did I say that, Steve?
No.
I didn't hear it.
I think Richard is alleging something right now.
Alleging.
I think he's pointing
I
a finger.
don't like these silly games.
Well, here's the thing. The entire paranormal
What do you
Bigfoot
want me to fucking
Fortean
draw
community...
you a fucking map with a sign? For fuck's sake?
Yes. Certainties and boundaries, easy to deal with.
But I would take anybody. I'd take fucking Giorgio Tsoukalos, fucking Nick Redfern.
Ooh, yeah.
I'd take fucking Childress in a heartbeat, as long as he would let me talk
Childress,
to him
yeah.
only as fucking Childress.
Childress, I believe, wrote a JFK book.
David.
I'll have to go back and look at it.
How did you get into the search for extraterrestrial life? That guy.
Anybody who would come on and, like you said, take, and we're not really going to beat him up, but we're going to ask some questions and shit. But
hey, ultimately, I want to
come on and don't give us any shit.
I want to have a good time. I don't want to have somebody on and just be like, "You dumb motherfucker." No, I want to have a conversation. I'm obviously going to have a conversation with the person beforehand. Like Steve Culls and I talked a lot before we did the show.
Right.
And we talked for a bit in the hangout before we even started recording. And even he said it was just, it was like fucking just guys hanging out and talking. It wasn't like a show. And I've always wanted it to be like that. So anybody who would be willing to just come in and, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and Steve's going to say what he's going to say. And, if Matt is here, he might say something every once in a while.
And if Richard's here, he'll call you a cunt. That's
he's only been here
you
once.
said it.
I did say it, and I only said it, because it was good reference at the time. I couldn't pass it up.
I think I'm only here because you guys recorded early. You guys usually record way too late for me.
Well, we had to switch up the times because of somebody has a curfew now.
There's no curfew.
He's got to be in at a certain time, Richard.
Oh,
you see,
you have to understand.
young love.
You have to understand that Steve can't have any type of life outside of that time. That time is so precious that
it is.
Anything at all outside of that time, or like in conjunction with that time, is just impossible.
Again,
now for the
Chris,
rest of us, myself included, it's not a problem. Like, I'm single right now, but
yeah, real hard for you.
yeah, exactly. And but B, I'm committed to this in a very far different way. You got to remember something. Let's take a walk down memory lane for the Fortean Slip listeners. Now, for the hardcore, for the hardcore listeners of the show, Steve months ago, and I'm pretty sure he said it on the show. Chris, I'm all in. I've got a fucking room. I've got pictures up. Steve's had this whole room with fucking the Fred Dunn artwork, blown up, framed on the wall. You even had curtains, didn't you, Steve?
I had Bigfoot curtains. I did.
Bigfoot curtains. Had his own office/studio to record the show, to do his fucking videos that do amazingly well for what reason I don't fucking know. And then the room went away, Richard.
The room went away. It's like the Twilight Zone or something.
Now he records from, is it the sewing room, Steve?
No. Actually, I've moved again.
Oh.
Now I am I'm going to call this the Great Room. That's what I'm going to call it.
The Great Room?
Yeah, because it's the biggest room in the house.
Oh.
Isn't the biggest room in the house supposed to be the Great Room?
I don't know, to be honest.
It is a dedicated room. It's kind of, sewing room. It's kind of studio. It's kind of office. It's kind of, I don't know, dining room. It's kind of, it's a bunch of things. Oh, no, wait, I don't eat here, so I guess it can't be the dining room. It's my old bedroom. We moved into a smaller room so that we could have a nice big area to enjoy our, hobbies and activities and dedications to podcasts and stuff.
Oh. I thought
So I
that's
do
what
have
the other room was for.
Well, that was until we had,
Until somebody changed their mind?
Well, no, until somebody moved in and we needed a room.
Oh.
I had to give it up.
Okay.
I didn't change my mind.
Steve, I know how this stuff works. You don't have to backpedal and try to explain this shit to me. I understand how it works. It's okay.
No.
It's okay.
I just defend. I was accused, so I must defend. Right? Isn't that how it works?
No.
I don't think he was accusing. I think he was more making a statement of fact.
The fact is that one of her sons moved in with us, and I had to give up that particular room. And then I was kind of floating through the house for a while until I reconnoitered the sewing room for a while, and now the sewing room is our bedroom. So now I'm in the old bedroom. You need to tell me
you don't own a tent.
I have a garage.
See, there you go.
But the Beatles in there, and the wireless doesn't go out that far. So
I wasn't talking about you moving out there.
Oh. No, I'm not going to do that. That would be wrong.
Oh.
You know, it would go completely against my character, Chris.
You're right, yes, Steve. You know what? When you're right, you're right. And you're not very often right.
I'm I get there once in a while.
Steve.
Yes.
You have a right to exist.
I do.
Barely.
Is there something else beyond that, or is that your words of wisdom for me?
I just think you really need to take those words to heart.
I enjoy the way that I exist.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying you have a right to exist. You get very defensive when you perceive an attack against you, and it's not always an attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not at all certain when I attack someone.
Criticism can be good, Steve.
Constructive criticism can be.
Well, when Chris or somebody on this show gives me some constructive criticism, then I'll be all right with it.
Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of defensive behavior when there hasn't been an actual attack is unhealthy to your psyche.
See, you're wrong, though. And the reason you're wrong is because, I've been under attack for, how long have we been doing this show, Chris? 3 years?
Almost 3 years.
Yeah.
We're coming up
on
under
attack ever since that point. So.
Yes, but you're not always under attack. We are talking about other things. And
I take it as an attack.
I know you do.
I just want you to have your really cool podcasting room back.
Well, this actually is a awesome podcasting room, and I have it all to myself during the hours of
before your curfew,
3:45
till 11:30. So
this stuff that Chris is doing right now, I know it seems like an attack, but Chris is deranged.
Listen, I am actually listen. I'm giving him the rope and just letting him hang himself right now. So.
In his own heartless, deranged fashion, he's actually trying to help you, sort of.
No, see, here's the thing. I fell in love with a wonderful woman.
Nobody's bringing your woman up.
Well, here, I'm giving you the background on why I do what I do.
Yes, Marsha.
Oh, you done, dude.
Can you please edit that out?
Oh. I won't.
Well, if she listens to this show, though, I'm going to be in the doghouse, Chris.
That's something I can't control the people we bring on this show. Just like Opie and Anthony couldn't control that homeless guy that said that he wanted to do naughty things to Condoleezza Rice.
Fair play.
Huh.
Did they involve a chainsaw?
No. I don't think so.
Why would you want to do naughty things to her anyway? I mean, she's okay, but...
Anywho, I can't control the people that are on this show, Steve, just like I can't control you.
Well, no. There's only, a very select portion of the population that can do anything with me, so...
See, it always comes back to that, Richard. Always comes back to that.
There's no helping some people.
I love my girlfriend, right? And I'm going to do everything I can to show that to her.
I didn't even say that. See?
And no,
nobody.
Guilty.
And so
guilty
when she,
much, Steve?
Because I don't get to see her very often because she works at different times than I do. So when she's home, I'm going to spend that time with her, and I think that's an admirable thing, and that's what I'm going to do.
Everybody should take ultra special care of that woman.
Jerk off and drink something and go to bed.
those of us that have one. But
You see, the way I look at it, I'm the luckiest man in the world, and that's the way I'm going to continue to look at it. So if I have to give up a sewing room or a office once in a while, and it's not her idea, it's mine because that's the way I am, then I'm going to do it.
fair play, champ.
Is that getting too defensive?
I just want to know
No, you're
when.
not defensive
I just want to know
anymore.
when you're going to be recording from the front porch.
I've thought about it actually because
From the Beetle.
I've actually thought about recording from the Beatles.
Live from the VW Bug.
I have recorded from the Beetle, but it was like a how-to video on something for the the car.
Parked in a
Right.
McDonald's.
It was for your
free Wi-Fi.
shit.
Yeah, and I recorded from the PT Cruiser as well.
How
So
to
you're not
install
defensive
a
anymore,
radio.
though.
And guess what? That one did really well
It's
on
got like
YouTube.
20,000 fucking views on it or something.
Oh gosh, no, way more than that.
Way more than that?
It's like 36,000, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many
Look at
views
you.
did your Bat Squatch video end up with?
My what?
It's
Not yours.
it's somewhere around like $9,000 now.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it did really
For a
well.
bat squatch, yeah.
Yeah, Bat Squatch did very well. Right now, the Lone Pine Mountain Devil is.
Oh, guys, breaking news.
Oh no.
Breaking news. Robots outperform surgeons while operating on pigs. From ScienceDaily.com. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm down with that.
What the?
I told you it's fucking it's coming. It's fucking coming.
Did you see
I-
that NASA
iRobot-
robot they've got?
iRobot is it's coming.
Oh, by the way, I did, in fact, listen to iRobot, the audiobook version of iRobot. And you were right, Chris. It was vastly different than the movie, but it was pretty good.
It's a collection of short stories.
Well, in a way, yeah. I mean, they're all relayed by
Right.
one
They're all
individual.
relayed by one individual, and they're all kind of tied in, but they don't necessarily have the same people, and it traverses over a great period of time, and all of these
It's like
different
50
things.
years.
Yeah, it's a lot of it. It's more about the evolution of AI than it is anything else, I think.
Yeah.
And how it, like the history of that.
Yeah.
But
It was pretty good. I liked it.
I'm telling you, I said on one of the other shows, give me the fucking cars that can drive themselves. I'm all in. Fucking, I don't care. Like, Skynet is so far off from my life, it isn't going to affect me at all.
I've figured that out though.
You figured it out?
But yeah, like as a paranoid schizophrenic, I spend a lot of time obsessing over things that make me paranoid, and one thing's always been robots taking over. But if they do take over, we just need to get them addicted to social media and selfies.
Wow.
Well, I think you're right there because didn't they just have the Twitter bot?
But would they have the same problems with vanity and like you're making a whole
They wouldn't.
You're making a whole
They would.
line of assumptions here.
But to achieve sentiency, you'd have to develop the same kind of neural patterns.
Not necessarily. They might not have emotion in the same way that we do.
Well, no, they wouldn't have it. Like a civilization would expand and then it would start to stagnate like ours has. And then the human resistance
And then they would
could hit
need
them
fucking selfies and
with Facebook. Yeah, exactly. Just killed some humans, LOL. Fight for human rights. Hashtag free the humans.
oh god.
Oh, that's funny.
On that note, as we've let this fucking thing just go.
That was the best Dogman show we've done.
It was because, it didn't include the stupid thing.
Steve, you got any news?
Can I just say,
Yeah, it relayed my feelings of Dogman perfectly. All right. Yes, I have some news.
Thank you.
da-da-da-da.
did you notice Richard
Yes, I
singing?
did. I was going to make a comment. See, Richard's such a super fan of this show. He even hums the fucking news music. Again, from ScienceDaily.com. This is not breaking news, but it is interesting news, I guess. Paranormal beliefs can increase the number of deja vu experiences. A belief in, I guess it's true, a belief in paranormal can mean an individual experiences more deja vu moments in their life. A belief in paranormal can mean an individual experience. See, I did that on purpose. Because it's deja vu.
Thanks, Steve. Continue the story. Oh my God.
Listen to you crack yourself up.
Well, sometimes,
Wow.
sometimes I think I'm
take
funny.
a minute. Laugh it up, fuzzball.
It's Star Wars and May the 4th. Good one.
Anyways, some college girl, her name is really cool, Chloe Pickles. This is one of the findings of a study by a third-year
Can we
undergraduate student, Chloe
Take
Pickles.
a moment here. Your idea of a cool name is Chloe Pickles.
Yes. And the guy who's working with her is Dr. Mark Moss.
Oh, you should never meet your heroes. Oh, just carry it on.
But see, Richard, the thing is,
I just want to
no
relate it.
different
No.
in real life
I gotta
than I
take.
am on the
I
show.
gotta take a moment. I just want to relate to everybody that Richard at one point in time used to feel sorry for Steve Alcorn.
He's on
Guys,
to me,
seriously.
Chris. He's on to me.
Head for him. Just do a hangout with him.
Chloe Pickles and Mark Moss, Dr. Mark Moss of Northumbria University, will present their poster. It's about the, deja vu shit. Thursday, the 28th of April, which already happened.
Wow. Deja vu.
See, at the British Psychological Society's annual conference in Nottingham, over 100 participants completed surveys relating to perceived stress, belief in paranormal experiences, and beliefs about deja vu. Analysis of the results showed a strong link between belief in paranormal and the frequency, pleasantness, and intensity of deja vu experiences. Stress was linked significantly to intensify in duration only. Chloe Pickles, I love that name. She said, our study calls into question whether stress increases the number of deja vu moments for an individual. Previous research had not considered the impact of belief when experiencing the feelings that this moment has happened before. Deja vu might be a normal experience for those more open to it, as well as, or instead of, a consequence of a negative life event.
You mean sort of if people go out in the woods to look for Bigfoot, they're gonna see Bigfoot?
I think that's a fair analysis, Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
Okay, from the express.co.uk, truth over Roswell finally revealed? ? First ever UFO public inquiry could have the answers. A public debate on the existence of UFOs and aliens involving former government ministers is being hailed as a major step towards full disclosure of top secret documents about ET visitations on Earth. The first Canadian national public hearing on UFOs is being held. You see, the newspaper is from the UK. The conference is Canadian.
You, Steve. Thank you.
And it's about Roswell disclosure.
Thank you. It's like, wow. Encompassing Canada, America, and England in one tiny story of awesome.
Yeah, see that? The first Canadian national public hearing on UFOs is being held in response to an unprecedented amount of sightings across the country and hopes to nail the truth about the 1947 Roswell UFO mystery once and for all.
It was a weather balloon.
Last year,
Case solved.
It was a fucking weather balloon. There.
Last year, well, it wasn't a weather balloon. If it was anything, it was a Project Mogul balloon, which was a top secret radar. They were detecting.
I'm going to go a step further
from
and
Russia,
say
actually.
it was a big paper airplane.
You know what it was? It was one of them teenage aliens drifting and span out of control.
And crash landed.
There. And crash landed.
What
And
if
then
the material they found was from teenage alien kites? Maybe like a bunch of teenage aliens, like were hanging out around fucking New Mexico, flying some kites. I bet you they had. I bet you they got some pretty cool fucking kites.
I would just like it if it was something insanely stupid but alien, so everyone was right, but it was better that they were wrong.
What happens if
the material
aliens,
like a big alien condom?
No. It's just a weather balloon, but it's an alien. See, the aliens knew that we would.
That shit that they found in the desert was like a big alien dental dam for licking pussy.
No. Steve's right. If an alien weather balloon.
That's what it is.
It's an alien
that would
weather
be
balloon.
awesome.
Well, it's a weather balloon, but the aliens brought it with them to throw us off the scent or something.
It says not from Alpha Centauri on the side.
Last year alone, there were a record 1,267 incidents reported across Canada, according to TV news reports by Global Television.
You can't afford the charges to call to let us know that you found this.
The event will be held on Saturday, June 25th, 2016 in Brantford, Ontario. Hey, that's not all that far from me.
I'd like to make a quick call to Alpha Centauri.
A Canadian research and development team has been set up to organize the historic event, led by Paul Hellyer, the former Deputy Prime Minister of Canada and Minister of Defense, who is also a member of the Queen's Privy Council. What is a Privy Council? Is it the bathroom? Because the privy is the bathroom, not?
I don't know.
Queen's Privy Council.
Your call to Alpha Centauri is very important to us. Currently, you are 3,000 years in line for...
The public hearing will feature testimony by internationally acclaimed experts. Experts will present their case in support of the UFO reality,
His call
the
may be
existence
used for training
of extraterrestrials,
purposes.
and the world governments. Pentagon, White House, NORAD, and Vatican officials know about this issue. That's all it says. Well, it says more, but I ain't going to read it. And Richard, we picked this one out just for you.
Oh, Christ.
Weasel knocks out CERN's powerful particle accelerator.
Oh,
This is from
Jesus wept, I love this one.
The Large Hadron Collider. Is it Hadron or Hadron?
I told
Hadron,
you
I
not
think.
to let Kodo and
Hadron.
Poto out of their cages.
It is located in CERN, or located at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research near Geneva, Switzerland.
Because you're in Europe, right? And so you're like just like a stone's throw away, right, Richard?
I can see it because the Earth is flat.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. This is CERN's globe of science and innovation, which hosts small museums. Oh, that's just a picture they're showing. Never mind. I'm reading the caption into the picture. That's part of the news story. So you see. The largest scientific experiment has gone offline because of a foreign intruder. CERN's Large Hadron Collider, the world's biggest particle accelerator, located near Geneva, lost power, and engineers who were investigating the outage made a grisly discovery: the charred remains of a weasel. CERN spokesperson Arnaud...
It didn't just get in, it got fucking fried.
Well, yeah. Jeez.
What they didn't report was afterwards in the morgue, it rose up, started glowing blue, and infiltrated the city's power supply.
The little critter gnawed through a 66 kilovolt transformer inside an electrical facility outside the main building. Just for
transforming me into something gaudy.
Just for perspective, 1 kilovolt is 1,000 volts of energy. Chewing the wiring ended up frying the creature into oblivion and causing a wide power outage around CERN. The unexpected power loss has shut down the Large Hadron Collider for a week. Had shut it down.
Can you imagine that scene from Watchmen where Dr. Manhattan appears in the cafeteria, only as a weasel?
They want me to adopt a symbol, but I'll take one of my own, and I'll shit and piss in one corner of the room.
The weasel isn't actually the first time an animal, threw a wrench into CERN's plan. In 2009, a bird dropped a baguette onto an electrical system. The toasty loaf caused a short circuit. That sidelined worked for a short time at the facility. Unlike the weasel, though, the bird, did survive.
What the hell have animals got against the Hadron Collider?
Well, think about it. Isn't that like the highest tech thing on the planet? You'd shut it down with a fucking weasel.
Hey, don't underestimate the power of weasels, Steve.
I'm just saying.
They're in the same family as ferrets. They are not to be tribal with.
Shut down the Hadron Collider with a baguette.
And a weasel.
And a weasel.
It's just human technology. Everyone has their Achilles heel. Superman has kryptonite. Batman has his mother's name. And the Hadron Collider has weasels.
And that is the news, fellas.
You thought you could throw me off the trail of the bunnies by using tachyons.
I can no longer see into the future.
We're laughing at the death of one of God's creatures.
First of all, there is no God.
Weasel
Second of all,
we don't talk about religion on this show, Richard.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. Weasels.
I did end the news, right?
Did you?
Yes, I said this is the news or something. Or
this is the news.
Is it?
You should say our top headlines tonight.
I got to come up with a catchier thing.
You've got to come up with a sign-off phrase like "Stay classy, planet Earth," or "Go fuck yourself, Stacey Brown." Something.
And for Christ's sakes, somebody get me Mick West.
Now that's a catchy line.
This has been the Fortean Slip, episode 113. Please stand by. We're having technical difficulties. I can't remember what the fuck I called this thing. Anyway, if you like this shit, hit the thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. Leave a comment, subscribe. Check out theforteanslip.com or theforteanslip.blogspot.com. Check out Richard's blog. The link is below the show. He fucked up the spelling, so I'm not even going to tell you where to go.
I'll just wait around in the Fortean Slip for me to post.
Check out Matt Knapp at bigfootcrossroads.com. Check out Dred Funn at youtube.com/Dred Funn and at dredfunn.com. And if you are inclined, you can go look for a guy named Steve Alcorn. He doesn't need any fucking help. See ya!